1-minute test.
And welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back, YouTube. It is still Monday afternoon. Trying to get the date to come up on my iPhone. It's not being very cooperative like that. It's telling me how much it's charged, where it would normally tell me the date.
Just $24.95 per month per user plus taxes and fees.
I'm going to check on Obamaphone 4. I'm shooting video on Obamaphone 3, by the way. Monday, June 26th. Every time I see JUN, I always think it's January, even when it's 111 in my car. So June 26th, 4:57 p.m. I just tried to go back to where I had my job interview this morning, and I didn't shoot video when I was headed over there. It's part of the rental car center. It's Sky Harbor, but I don't know. I went into this entrance. They gave me an address of an entrance of like 1700 something west, 1711, I think, east Buckeye Road. And so anyway, I went in that entrance. So when I went there, I went in, like it said it was through Hertz. And I guess it's a different company, and I don't remember what the company is called. It's very confusing for me job hunting, because it seems like every company hires through a different company and contracts through a different company to different companies working for a different company. And all these other companies that are doing the actual hiring are these companies that like nobody's ever fucking heard of. Like if I had an interview at Hertz, like I would know Hertz Rent-A-Car, although I've heard so many bad things about Hertz Rent-A-Car. But Anyway, so I went into Hertz's office because it said in the text message, there used to be a traffic light here. Of course, it used to be you could turn right and then go south on 40th Street and it would connect to the 153, which isn't really a freeway anymore. It's now 44th Street. So anyway, text message. I think it's this one. Yeah, so the text message for the job interview this morning said, I had to cut my last video off because the Obamaphone 3 overheated, which is the first. That has, well, it's not the first time it's overheated, but it's the first time in a long time. Usually it does pretty good at dissipating heat, as opposed to my their Speedy Street Tacos, which isn't Speedy Street Tacos anymore. Anytime I put in the daytime, summertime, I put my iPhone in this carrier and it just almost immediately overheats. In fact, it struggles just to charge in the car because of how hot it is. So I said, here are the, like I got this text message. It seemed like an automated thing because the responses were super delayed. Caitlin, MLS recruiter. Maybe MLS is the name of the company. Although now I'm looking at it, it says company managed labor, location Hertz Rental Car Center. Anyway, that was this morning at 10:30 a.m. and it ended up not really being as much an interview as they asked to see my driver's license and my social security card, and I told them that they asked for my driver's license and social security number, and I said what my social security number is, and I read it. Yeah, I'm not giving that to y'all. And I said it, and she goes, well, do you have your social security card? I said, no, I know my number. I don't have the physical card. I haven't been able to find it since I gave it to my last employer. And what it does say on it, it says, please bring your DL and SSN, which stands for Social Security number. It doesn't say Social Security card. It says Social Security number. Anyway, so I went there and I gave them my Social Security number, and they photocopied my ID, and she had me write down, I think, my phone number and my email address. That was it. No additional information. They don't want to know anything about, work history. They didn't want to know anything about work history. They didn't want to know anything about really anything else other than it's so dysfunctional how we got 2 lanes going north and then it splits off to turn right. Oh, I guess 2 lanes do go north. I thought that was turning into a right turn lane and also right. I thought I was in a right turn lane. I was getting in. Anyway, so I went to Anyway, they photocopied my driver's license, and I wrote down my phone number and my email address, which you think they would already have, but I had to write that down again. And then I wrote down my Social Security number on that paper. And she's like, okay, so I need to email you a link for a background check. And then I did that, which I'm not feeling very optimistic about that, because it seems like anytime I go through one of those third-party background check things, like, I just don't get hired. That's just the way that always pans out. I did take a screenshot of the last screen from that, so I can see it. It's not one I'm familiar with, but it said crim check. Crim check. I don't know. I just hate all this background check stuff because, the reality is criminals need jobs too. And if you're only paying $15 an hour, who the fuck else do you think wants to work for you? Seriously. Anyway, part of the whole crim check thing was I had to take a picture of my driver's license. So I know they gave my driver's license back to me because I took a photograph of it there. But I'm worried I might have left it there because I took it out of my pocket to lay it on the table to take the photograph of it there. So maybe I left it there. Did I mention that I lose things? I lost my daughter today. I lost my driver's license today. And I've recently lost my Social Security card. Lost my job last week. I did go by where my daughter's car was last night. It's still there, along with the mess that was still behind it. We packed up most of it, but yeah, I couldn't. The car's still there, so at least it's parked at a parking lot of a office building that's vacant and has a big sign that says available. So probably a little less likely to get impounded, as opposed to it being parked in front of an occupied office. But still, she needs to figure out what she's doing with that. She's probably going to lose her car. And there's a part of me, and I know it sounds awful with all the struggles I've gone through without a car, but part of me almost thinks that she might be better off if she loses her car. Because, and hear me out on this, I think it's enabled her to live this druggy lifestyle where she's existing in her car. And without having the car, I think it'll force her to maybe get into rehab or get into some kind of a shelter or something. I don't know. I hope she makes it back to my place tonight, but I didn't give her a bus card because I wasn't expecting her to ditch me at the... I don't know. Did she ditch me? Did I ditch her? I didn't try to ditch her. She was yelling at me to try and go get her food, and I couldn't figure out how to get her food, and I thought, well, I'm down here. I should at least do something constructive and go get my Social Security card. And then when I got to the Social Security office, I realized I didn't have my driver's license, so I wouldn't be able to get my Social Security card. Not that they would have given me my Social Security card, but they would have given me a paper saying that I've got one coming in the mail, should I need to show that to an employer. And then they would have also they would have also, it would have been in the mail, and I think it comes, the thing says it comes within 15 days, the website that I completed, when I suddenly realized I didn't have my driver's license anymore. Yeah, when I realized I didn't have that, and that was a pretty bad moment for me. Anyway, they seem like the police have finally got rid of the fentanyl party that's normally at that corner of the Costco. In fact, the homeless people that I used to see over here all the time, I've noticed in the last few days they're not here. So, interesting time for them to get a grip on that. And I'm on the cusp of homelessness myself. So anyway, Anyway, I just tried to go back. Let's see, so my last video, it ended when my phone overheated. I went and talked to my case manager, and I don't know, I just end up trying to sort out the past, and I'm sure I just make no sense, and they just nod and agree with me just to, be done with me and get their paychecks. But, so apparently they used to have a benefit specialist that was there all week long, but apparently they've cut them down to 1 day a week now. So they're only there on Wednesdays. My case manager thinks that it would be a good idea for me to reapply for Social Security. And at this point, any kind of help I can get is help I can get. So it certainly won't hurt to reapply again at this point with everything else that's going on. I mean, I know Social Security won't give me enough to even pay my rent. At least that's not what from what I heard, Social Security's gone up, but it's not going up proportion to the cost of fuel and the cost of food and the cost of rent. It's my understanding that it's not possible to get an apartment, to even get the rent for an apartment in what Social Security pays for mental disability. So it's kind of a problem. It's a pretty big problem. But at this point, anything I can get will help. So I have another job interview tomorrow. I forget what the place is for. Hang on, I can find it on my iPhone. I think they text messaged me about it. I'm so bummed when I went back. Hertz's office was closed, and that other place, the managed labor place, the gate to get in there was closed, and it said that they didn't accept cars in there after 4, and I couldn't see any other way to get in there. So I'm going to go there tomorrow. Maybe I'll get lucky, and that's where my license is. I'm going to go back to the care campus, or whatever it's called, where the cash shelter is. It's called Human Services Campus. I'm going to go back there tomorrow because they said they can help me get my driver's license. But I think the most important thing is for me to keep trying to look for real jobs, because I still believe I'm capable of working a real job. It's just weird being in places for services for mentally ill homeless person, but I'm right on the cusp of once again being a mentally ill homeless person. So if the help is there, I feel I should be trying to get it. Victoria did try really hard to find my Social Security card. She did find all my food in the locker. She said my Social Security card wasn't there. She asked what she should do with the food. I'm like, well, you could eat it. Those cup of noodles are really good. Just put some hot water in it. Okay, my interview, it's with Worldwide Flight Services tomorrow from 1:30 to 2 p.m. And I think it's at a hotel down by Rob's shop. So that text message doesn't have all the information in it, but I'm sure I can get that information before tomorrow. So early afternoon, that'll give me the morning to go to the care campus.